Next, we'll discuss how to create and manage requests for bid. To access the portion of EZM Web where you can create requests for bid, click on Request for Bid under the Inventory drop-down list on the left side of the screen. After you click on Request for Bid, you'll be taken to the following screen, which we'll call the Main Request for Bid screen. From this section of EZM Web, you can accomplish the following actions. View a list of requests for bid and see the materials in each request. Create new requests for bid. Edit existing requests for bid. Delete requests for bid. And print requests for bid. At the top of the main request for bid screen, you'll see the list of requests for bid that are currently open. In the list of requests for bid, you can see the number of each request for bid under the RFB number column, along with a short description of each under the description column. The request for bid number is a number that uniquely identifies each request for bid and is automatically assigned to the RFB by EZM Web when you create it. You can also see the date on which each RFB was entered under the date column and the last time it was updated under the last updated column. You can search for a particular request for bid if you know its number. To do this, first locate the quick search box to the right of the list of requests for bid. Enter the request for bid number in the Locate by RFB Number field in the quick search box, and then click on the small Go button. If a request for bid with the number you entered into the Locate by RFB Number box exists, the list of requests for bid will be replaced with only the request for bid for which you searched. To see the entire list of RFBs again, just click on the Go button without entering an RFB number. To create a new request for bid, click on the yellow-colored New button at the bottom right corner of the screen. After clicking on the New button, you'll be taken to a screen where you enter the details about the new request for bid. The first information you should enter into the new request for bid screen is the date of the new request for bid and a short description. The date is entered using the three drop-down boxes as shown here to select the month, day, and year. Enter a short description into the description box. After you've entered the date and the description of the new request for bid, then you must select the vendors to whom you want to send it. You'll notice that there are two boxes here, one called Vendors Available and another called Send RFB To. Basically speaking, if you want to send a request for bid to a vendor, you must move it from the Vendors Available box to the Send RFB To box. You accomplish this by using this button here. First, select a vendor from the Vendors Available box by clicking on it. Then, with that vendor selected, click on the button. Notice that the vendor which you selected will have been added to the Send RFB To box. Repeat this until you've added all of the vendors to whom you want to send the request for bid to the Send RFB To box. Likewise, if you've changed your mind and do not want to send an RFB to a vendor, you can remove vendors from the Send RFB To box by using this button. First, select a vendor from the Send RFB To box by clicking on it. Then, with that vendor selected, click on the button. Notice that the vendor which you selected will have been removed from the Send RFB To box. Repeat this until you've removed all of the unwanted vendors. Once you've entered the date, the description, and the vendors to whom you want to send the request for bid, then locate the two buttons at the bottom of the screen called Save and Cancel. If you've changed your mind and do not want to enter the new request for bid, or have arrived at the new request for bid screen by accident, click on the Cancel button to return to the main request for bid screen without entering the new RFB. Otherwise, to continue creating the new request for bid, click on the Save button. Notice that an Add Details button appears. Also notice that the request for bid you have created has been given a number, which is shown at the top of the screen above the description field. At this point, you can either click on the Save button to save the request for bid and return to the main request for bid screen, Or you can use the Add Details button to add materials or replacement parts to the list of items for which you are requesting a bid. Clicking on the Add Details button opens up a form where you enter details about the new material or replacement part you're adding to the RFB. There are 4 pieces of data you enter into this form. Material number. This is where you actually select the material or replacement part you want to add to the RFB. You specify the material or replacement part by selecting the number which you've chosen to uniquely identify it in EasyM Web from the drop-down list. Also, keep in mind that for a material or replacement part to appear in this list, you must have already entered it into inventory in EasyM Web. Notice that when you select the material number, the actual name of the material appears to the right, above the delivery date. Item quantity. Here you enter the quantity of the material or replacement part for which you're requesting a bid. What you enter here must be a number, either an integer or a decimal. Delivery date. Select the date which you would like the items to be delivered by. Choose the month, day, and year from the drop-down boxes. Comments. You may enter any comments about the item in this field. Notice that at the bottom of the form there are Save and Cancel buttons. Click on the Save button to add the material or replacement part to the request for bid, or click on the Cancel button if you've changed your mind and do not want to add the item to the RFB. Once you've clicked on the Save button, you'll see the item added to the request for bid. You can see the list of all the items currently included on the request for bid. You can add as many items to the request for bid as you want using the Add Details button. You can also delete and edit the items you've added to the RFB by using the Edit and Delete buttons to the right of each item in the list. When you're finished, click on the Save button to save the request for bid and return to the main request for bid screen. You may also change details for requests for bid which you've already created. To do this, locate the RFB you wish to edit in the list. Then look under the Edit column and click on the Edit button that corresponds with the RFB you wish to edit. After clicking on the Edit button that corresponds with the RFB that you want to edit, you'll be taken to this screen where you can change the details of the RFB. This screen is very similar to the one described earlier where you enter a new request for bid. Unlike the screen at which you enter a new request for bid, however, this screen will be filled with all of the information previously entered about this request for bid, including all of the materials and replacement parts included in the request. As when entering a new request for bid, the Add Details button lets you add new materials or replacement parts to the RFB. Once you've made your desired changes, you can choose to either save the changes to the RFB, or if you've changed your mind and no longer want to make changes to it, cancel and return to the main request for bid screen. To save or cancel, click on the Save or Cancel buttons at the bottom of the screen. You may also delete requests for bid. To do this, locate the RFB you wish to delete and then look under the Delete column and click on the Delete button that corresponds with the RFB you wish to delete. Once you click on the Delete button, a small window will pop up on the screen prompting you to confirm that you want to delete the request for bid from EasyM Web. Click on the OK button to confirm that you want to delete the RFB, or click on the Cancel button if you've changed your mind and do not want to delete it. If you click on the OK button, you will be returned to the main request for bid screen, and the RFB will be removed from the list of RFBs. To print a request for bid, locate the RFB you wish to print in the list, and then look under the Edit column and click on the small Edit button that corresponds with the RFB you wish to print. This will open up the screen at which you can edit a request for bid. Of course, we're not interested in editing the RFB, we only want to print it. On the right side of the screen, you should see a yellow-colored Print button. Clicking on the Print button will print your request for bid.